In this short tutorial video, I'm going to show you how to import content from one workroom to another workroom. Please keep in mind that when you do this, it is super important that when you push content from your workroom into your course shells, that it is only done at the most final point of your drafts where there is the least amount of errors and content to be changed. I will caution you that once you do this and you import content into your live course shells, you will have to go into each individual live course shell to update and change any content within those course shells. This only applies to those who do not have access to blueprinting in Canvas. That in itself is its own different beast and will not be covered in this video. Let's go ahead and get started in looking how to import content from one workroom to another, which is similar to the same steps you would use from going from a workroom into a live course shell. Let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, I'm in my master course for English 9. This is the course that I have created as a workroom to create all my content that I'm pushing out to my students. This is the content I have created before pushing it into my live course shells. In order to remember which course this is, as you can see, I do not have my long Canvas generated name attached to this workroom. You will need this information in order to access the course content through the back end through an import. In order to find out which specific long pre-created Canvas name is attached to your workroom to push content into your live course shell, go ahead and go to your All Courses tab in the left Canvas navigation sidebar, and then scroll down to All Courses. Go ahead and hit Control F or the Apple key and F, and then look for your workroom that you wish to import from. So for mine, I have to go down a little bit to find it. Here is my Master English 9. Now this is the part you'll need to remember. Workroom and then your first and last name is always going to be the same. What's going to differentiate between your workrooms when you go into the back end to import content from one section to another, whether it's a workroom or a live course shell, you need to have the date and time stamp. So for this purpose, we're going to look at July 12th, 20 at 7:01 and 59 seconds for the course I am trying to import content from. We're going to need this, and I will show you how it's important in just a moment. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I have a junk drawer that I use for screen tutorials in Canvas. This is the course that I'm going to be importing content into. I'm on the home page of this workroom. As you can tell, it's similar to any of the workrooms or live course shells that you have, since it has nothing in it. In order to import content into another live course shell or a workroom, you're going to use your left navigation. In order to import content into your live course shell or workroom, you will need to use the left course navigation sidebar that is in your course screen. You're going to go ahead and scroll down to Settings. In the next screen, you'll notice that there are several options on the right side for you to execute within your course. For this tutorial, we're going down to Import Course Content. This is where we are going to need to know the time and date stamp of our workroom when we're importing content. You will drop the Select menu to copy a Canvas course. Then you will look for the course or workroom that you're copying from. Remember, I need to look for the one that's July 12th, 7:01 and 59 seconds. Unless this is the very first time you're importing content into a live course shell or another workroom, it is best practice to click on Select Specific Content and then click on Import. When you click on All Content every single time, it duplicates things that are going into your workroom. You can overload your course and crash it since you only have 500 megabytes of space within each live course shell or workroom. So it is always best practice to click on Select Specific Content so you can control the flow of content. A new course copy has created itself, and now I have to click my Select Content. As you can see, in this specific import, I was able to find that there are 7 module part components in my workroom. I have 63 assignments, 4 quizzes, 1 question bank, 18 pages, 10 rubrics, and 22 files. For this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and click on Modules. Now, when you see this arrow next to a title, that means that there's a drop-down feature to show you what items are within that section or category of Canvas within that workroom. You can click the checkbox next to the arrow pointing down in order to select everything, unselect everything, or you can go ahead and pick and choose which ones you want to push forward. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and select all of these components and modules from the other workroom. Once you've completed clicking on the items you need to import, go down and click Select Content. If you're not sure at this time, you can cancel out. You'll notice as soon as you put it in, it'll say queued. Canvas is bogged down currently with a lot of us working in our courses and our workroom, so it might take a little bit to go through and wait for it to be completed as a task. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video in order for this implementation to go through and complete. I have now unpaused the video to show you that as the implementation completes itself, you'll notice it goes from pre-processing to running, and then it'll show complete when it is done. Now that we have the green completed button, let's go ahead and go into modules and see what was imported. As you can tell, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 modules that have imported from my workroom into another workroom. And this is how you import content from one workroom into another workroom, which could also be easily done in a live course shell.